Y'all, there is a serial unaliver on Indeed, allegedly. This is crazy. So I just did some digging into this, and allegedly, there is something going on where people are getting basically abducted, unalived in Atlanta after applying for this one particular position. Now, it's creepy because the position has been removed and it's only on there for a certain period of time. The person applies just like any other job, and they receive a text message to their phone. And this text message says, like, hey, my name is so and so. We like to have you for an interview at this location. And it's like a personal phone number or text down number that's texting them. And people have met up with the person allegedly and were unalived. And they don't know who's behind this or what.
Wow, this is a crazy situation, man. And I know it's true because I think they got me. Not these people who she talking about, but I'm talking about these Chinese people. But I'll tell y'all that story at the end of the video or whatever. Let's keep watching.
This is scary, okay? Especially with this recession coming up and, us being in economic times where jobs are even harder to find and people are really, really, really looking for jobs. This is scary. So be on the lookout in Atlanta when you're applying for work, just because, like I said, I hear a lot of people are getting these weird texts. And if the text message or the email is not a business text or a business number, I should say business email, do not text it back. Do not go there. Do not meet them, because I don't know what is going on, but all I know is something creepy and sinister is going on. I don't know if this is a trafficking ring. Like, it's just so strange and creepy. But I do hear it's only in Atlanta, Georgia right now. The person who's doing this or behind this, it's not a legit job. It's a scam. And this person is trying to unalive people. Some of these employment scams are just to get your social and stuff like that. And, that's already horrific enough. But this right here is scary. So be careful. Make sure you don't put your personal identity information on there. Because they're doing a lot of weird stuff right now with people being so, needing the jobs, second jobs. People need work 3 jobs nowadays to be able to afford eggs. So yeah, just be careful, because I keep hearing there is an update on the missing people after going to a job interview that was posted on Indeed, or should I say a job application being put in from a hiring manager that posted the job on Indeed. Now there are a total of 17 missing people after, going to the same exact job interview. This is so disturbing. This happened in Atlanta, Georgia. All these people tend to be women or girls, young girls, teenagers, young women between the ages of 20, in their 20s, 27, 35. These are the names of everyone. Everyone's saying that this isn't real. This is real, y'all. Please be careful. Like I said, there are scams out there to, risk, your identity being stolen or anything like that. Just make sure that you're putting an application in with a legitimate company. Like I said, the 17 people that are missing are actually missing people. This isn't made up. And I'm not 100% sure what job this was for. It just was a listing or a posting, and it led to a virtual interview, or not a virtual interview, a link being sent to go to an interview. And the name of this person, the identity of the person that the job was linked back to would, get deleted and then put back up later. Like I said, when you do apply for a place, please make sure that you're not putting in your personal information or details or going up to an address that is not real.
Yeah, man. That's the thing about life now. Like, everything is in the palm of our hands, but with that, it comes with a lot of trust. Like for Uber, for instance, or Lyft. You have to trust that person and that company. You basically got your life in their hand. What if they got the child lock on? I don't know. I'm just thinking like crazily, like, because people think crazy. Then we got things with food. We got people delivering our food. We got to trust the company and the person delivering our food, which is a total stranger. You have to be very trustful to use these systems because you can be failed. I wonder what's the statistics as far as things actually going bad within these companies, like an instance like this with Indeed, or something like with Lyft, Uber, or any of those short term applications that we can use to kind of make our life go around. Like, you even got things where people come to your house and walk your dog. You got nannies. People do anything on these apps. You can literally look up anything, get any service that you want. I even heard where you can come, like you can go out of town, like some Airbnb type stuff, and you can stay at a person's house while they not there, and like kind of walk their dog and stuff, and you can stay there for free, all type of stuff. And yeah, but let's listen to the next video.
Jobs on Indeed showed up to the interview and went missing. If you haven't, you can go search it up and follow that story. But it kind of makes me think of this interview that my daughter literally just went on last week. So the job was supposed to be for DraftKings. And this is not to call out DraftKings or anything like that. I'm just telling a story of how it was presented to my daughter. So to start, my daughter had a phone interview with a woman who my daughter said the interview went very well with. The lady pretty much told her, "You're exactly what we're looking for." She was then invited for an in-person interview. She got an email that had the details of time, date, location, yada, yada. When my daughter first got the email, she pulled up the address that they sent her. And my daughter came to me and she was like, "Mom, this place looks kind of janky, but I'm going to go see what they're talking about." And I just want to insert that my daughter was unemployed for about a month, maybe more. So you know that feeling of like, I need a job. So she was just like, I'm going to go see what they're talking about. So my daughter shows up to the interview, and as she suspects, the place is janky on the outside and janky on the inside. She basically described it as a place that does not look like a real place of employment with like real employees in there. She said it was just like, it looked like kind of like a room and like another little room. And she said there was nothing but men in the back. A guy comes from the back and greets her, and they had like a little bit of an exchange because apparently there was some confusion about the time she was supposed to be there. Ends up having to go to the back and tells her he'll be right back. But my daughter wasn't feeling the vibes from the moment she got there. And she said that he was kind of shifty, like just the vibes were off. In addition to there being nothing but men in this building. She said when he went to the back, she had a moment to think and left. She said she felt very uncomfortable. So I'm glad that she had enough discernment to get the hell up out of there. Now, this is not to say that that job was not a legitimate job, but I'm a type of person like, if it looks like bullshit and feels like bullshit, it's probably some bullshit. And I pray for discernment, not only for myself, but for my children as well. So I'm glad that she had the discernment that she felt like she wasn't in a good situation. But it is so disheartening and so extremely sad that people who are unemployed, who are looking for real jobs, are falling into a trap because it looks good, it seems legit. They're showing up to these places to never be seen again, likely trafficked. So please, please, please listen to your gut. Listen to that little voice in your head. Okay, that's your discernment talking. And if you don't have discernment, pray for it. Pray for it for yourself and your loved ones. Because these people have gotten very, very clever. So it is so important that you have discernment. Y'all stay safe out there.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what discernment means, but we finna educate ourselves and we finna look it up. Okay, so it's a discernment. It means the ability to judge well. I like that. I'm gonna add that to my vocabulary. Discernment, the ability to judge well. It's crazy that y'all women need to probably take a man with y'all to an interview just to be on the safe side. And yeah, y'all women do need us men, and we need y'all as well. So all that "don't need a man" stuff need to go out the door. But for real though, on some serious stuff, y'all need to probably take a man, a brother, somebody, you know what I mean, to maybe even walk you in the door and be like, "Hey, this is my brother," or you know what I mean. Especially if it's a place that don't really look right, because these people is scheming. They prey on the weak, and the weak is a person who needs a job because that person needs the money, right? So why not prey on them? I wouldn't do it, but I'm thinking like a criminal, you know what I mean? It's just like the people who be scamming when they call people's phone, they be like, something about your account, click this link, and people actually go click the link, they usually pick on older people, you know what I mean? People who's not really tech savvy, things like that, you know what I mean? And it's crazy, man. People out here, the more we get advanced with technology, is the more that people can scam. So just be safe, y'all. But let's go to the next video.
Because I just seen this other lady TikTok who was talking about how she had an interview and this guy had called her for an interview at like 7 a.m. for a warehouse cleaning position. I have a similar story. My interview was not at night. My interview was not in Florida. My interview was in Chicago in broad daylight in Starbucks right downtown. So this is how I know it's human trafficking, and I'm just going to shorten it up because I don't even want to be long-winded with it. So the interview had said that the post on Indeed had said that they were immediately hiring and they had weekly pay. At the time, I really needed a job, so I was like, hey, perfect. That's the perfect job for me. So I had got the interview, and I think I scheduled one for the following day. So I went to the Starbucks. There was already a lady interviewing this gentleman ahead of me, and the interview was very long-winded, and I had waited for at least 30 minutes for him to finish up his interview. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, this is a bit unprofessional, but in my head, I'm also thinking it is weekly pay, so what can you expect from this type of job? So boom, it gets to my interview and she asked me all these questions, yada yada, like, do you have a car, do you have kids, yada yada yada, and she asked me all these like invasive questions, giving me all these scenarios and whatnot, and I ended up not getting the job. But I don't think I got the job because I wasn't qualified. I think I got the job because I was too smart. She was asking me a lot of scenario questions, and I can't really get too deep into it right now because I'm kind of occupied making some moolah, but yeah, she did ask me some like invasive, like not too invasive, but just like, oh, what would you do in this type of scenario, what would you do in this type of scenario, da, da, da. And me, I'm smart, I'm quick-winded, so you already know I'm just, oh, okay, da, da, da. But I'm still trying to get the job at the end of the day, so I don't mind answering the questions, and it wasn't like invasive like my personal life, but she was definitely asking these questions to see what type of mindset you had. And then also it was weekly pay and it was immediately hiring, and they could tell from those just two demographics right there that you might be a little desperate for cash, and I was desperate for cash at the moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't scam or nothing. I get legit W2s.
I'm not gonna lie, if you know, there's been weird shit going on in Indeed. Like, this is not like the first time like shit is going on. But I'm not gonna lie, when I be applying to jobs, like, I dead stop using Indeed, because when I apply to jobs, there's been like a couple jobs that I will apply to, and sometimes, normally when I apply to jobs, I like to look up the location and the area and stuff like that and actually try to see if I see the building. But there was this one time that I applied to a job. I forgot what job it was, but like the day of, I guess, I forgot to look up the address or whatever before that, doing my research or whatever. I looked up the address and like the address wasn't like matching what like the name of the company was. It was like something like that, but it was like some weird suspect shit. Like, it was not adding up. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna go. And then it was like a far place that I've never been to, so I was not about to go. And then I get there and somebody kidnapped me. Like, I was not doing it. But if you know to be careful on Indeed. Like, this been like, niggas been talking about shit like this about Indeed for mad long. Like, this is not the first time that I'm hearing not probably, but somebody got kidnapped from Indeed applying to a job on Indeed. Like, if you know, do your research before trying to go to these interviews, because
yeah, man, I ain't gonna bore y'all out with it. Y'all get the picture, y'all get the message. I definitely do. And I just wanted to bring this to y'all attention just to let y'all know, man, y'all gotta be safe out here. It's a lot of scheming going on, you know what I mean? And we really gotta protect ourselves and shed the light on it, you know. But it's your boy Schoolie. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Facebook, make sure you follow me for more content like this. YouTube, make sure you subscribe, man. I don't want to ask for too much, but if you can, like the video and let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I mean? I think it's a nice topic to talk about, and we gotta inform each other. That's what I'm here for. That's what y'all here for, and I just want to shed more light on the things that we should help each other out with in life. But it's your boy Schoolie. Welcome back to NBA's TV, Not You Born Hustle TV. Until we meet again, my friend, I'm out.
Eating right now, but I'm still hungry till I get a meal. Even at my darkest times in life, I was shining still. They love you when you poppin', then they stop it when you go to jail. Them bitches turned they back on me, now I see how R. Kelly feel. Way before I ever popped the pill, bitches been a drill. I'm screaming free B Money and free Damo and Flocka as well. All my niggas